got stay strapped before you die smoking. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. Ain't no competition, I'm God's chosen. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. You got stay strapped before you die smoking. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. Ain't no competition, I'm God's chosen.
Peace, love, life, and balance, and welcome to Universal Life Balance. I'm gonna get right into it today. Dirty mackin and adultery. Dirty mackin and adultery. Dirty mackin and adultery. Now I know some of y'all think that's the same thing, but I'm gonna get into the differences. Dirty mackin and adultery are signs of weak, effeminate men. Dirty mackin and adultery are signs of weak. No, they are weak and effeminate men. Now, the term dirty mackin, what that is when a man is basically trying to talk to another man's woman, and he's also in the process of doing that, putting down the man she's currently with. Adultery is, I know y'all got different church definition, but adultery is this. This is the true definition of adultery. When you do the etymology, when you look up the original writings of how it was written, even biblically, adultery is when a man has sex with another man's woman. It's not when 2 people are married, and I'm going by biblical definition because the churches that teach you that if 2 people are married and a man sleeps with another woman, that's adultery. No, that's being unfaithful. If you had an agreement, that's breaking the vow, but that's not adultery. And now, if he slept with another man's woman, that's adultery. But if he just slept with another single woman or another woman, that's not adultery. He just has to take that woman as his wife. And that's the actual law in scriptures. Now, what I'm going to talk about today is dirty mackin and adultery, how they're linked. And basically, you want to stay away from those type of men, both men and if you're a man or a woman. You don't want them as your friend. You definitely want to be in a relationship with one of them if you're a woman. Dirty mackin, the term dirty mackin, basically, like I said, what that means is that you're hating a man hating on another man to try to mack or talk to or acquire a woman. First of all, sisters, if a man has to feel the need to put down another man or is doing that to agree with you, be agreeable with you, that man is not a man of character. That man is not a man of any man of character, any man of honor is not going to rely on tearing down another man. Regardless of what that man is, how bad his character is, he's going to stand on his character. Real men, masculine men, alpha men, intelligent men stand on their character, okay? That is a beta weak move to try to, that because that's insecurity. You're trying to bring down another man to prop yourself up. That means that you are inadequate as a man to have to do that. And you're inadequate as a man to have to talk to another man's woman. Now, I know in pop culture, adultery has been shoved on us, especially the black community, because it is power when we honor our proper being. Whether it ain't got nothing to do with religious or whatever it may be. The reason adultery is wrong, man, brothers, is because when you go inside another man's woman, think about this. You are sharing sexual fluids with that man. That's why in the Bible, if you look at homosexuality and adultery, it was done, it carried the same penalties. Now, if you're a homosexual, that's what you do. I'm not knocking you for what you do. That's your personal choice. You have the right to be whatever you want to be. This is not a channel where we're going to judge or try to be religious. But what I'm saying is that what I don't like is if you are homosexual, have homosexual tendencies, and you're not man enough to. I respect people who are in the open about their sexuality because they're at least man or woman enough to be honest and give the public an honest assessment. But if you're presenting yourself as a straight man, but you're really not a straight man, or you like both ways, you're not telling women that, letting know the risk involved with that, then I have no respect for you. I have no respect for you if you're a so-called down low brother or down low man. That is, there's no honor in that. My personal beliefs aside, but just the science of that, it's unhealthy. When you're going inside a woman who's having sex with that man, with another man, you are not just dealing with her fluids, but from her fluids, but you're dealing with all the women that he may sleep with. You don't know if that man sleep with just her. So you put yourself in a major trick bag. You already got enough to deal with just a woman in general who not popping nobody with just whatever she dealt with. But it's a whole nother animal when you popping a woman who currently is having sex with another man. Because the status is always not. Let's say she was dealing with men in the past, but that was months ago, or you call her years later. At least it's been time to say when you can get an accurate test. You at least have a shot. If you're having sex with a woman who has a man that's currently already inside her body, you don't know that anything can change at any given moment. You don't know what that man is doing and what he's putting inside that woman. And it's not the way you're supposed to be royalty and live. If you're royalty, if you're a king, if you're an alpha, you want to have your own. You have your own nation. You don't want a woman that's dealing with another man. A lot of y'all brothers, especially a lot of y'all men, whether white, black, Asian, Indian, whatever it may be, a lot of men have been conditioned to think it's okay to have to share women, because in this, like I said before, this egalitarian society that they're trying to build, where everyone's equal, a lot of women have master energy like right now, where you're starting to see women being proud of body counts. You know, you turn to some of these shows and reality shows, and you have women bragging about body counts or saying that they only have men for sexual activities and things that you never seen before 20, 30 years ago. You're seeing it that's prevalent now. So-called sexual liberation, which is a trick bag within itself. Think about it. For thousands of years, taking your clothes off and publicly showing yourself was always associated with servitude or slavery. How all of a sudden now is it liberation? Because the conditioning that we've been given over time makes you believe that the society has been over-sexualized. The imagery has been over-sexualized, where you believe certain things that never really was. Remember, in the scriptures, it says there's nothing new under the sun. All right? There's nothing new under the sun. So if you notice in the last 20 years, you always hear new studies, new this, new that. There's nothing new. So when you pop in another man's woman, the same effect that was happening in the ancient days is now. You are putting yourself at high risk. You're not showing yourself to be a leader or a king, and you're showing yourself to be a weak ass, pussy ass dude, to be honest with you. Excuse my French. You're not being a man that's trying to build. You're a man that's trying to take. You're a man that's trying to tear down. You're a man that is on the lowest end of the totem pole because you have to scrape up leftovers. You have to try to trick a woman to have sex with you or convince her. Look, even the women that go for that, you will never truly have that woman. She'll always be another man's woman. She'll always see you as a weaker man. She may go for that temporarily to fulfill some type of physical attraction or emotional need, but that will wear off. 1,000% sure of it. That will surely wear off. And when that wears off and she sees you for the weak little beta bitch you are, then guess what, homie? You're going to be right back on there trying to get another man's woman. Trying to sleep with another man's woman. Trying to be up in another man, because you don't have the confidence or ability or wherewithal or belief in yourself to start and build your own nation, because you won't build yourself. If you don't know yourself and have not built yourself, you don't know what to get. You're going to be out here trying to get what everybody else is getting or sampling or seeing somebody, because what it says, and you can look this up, is that there's psychological studies that prove this. In your subconscious mind, when you try to sleep with a man's woman who already has, sleep with a woman who already has a man, you are subconsciously saying you want to sleep with that man. Now look, a lot of my favorite rappers bragged about adultery. Hey, hit them up. What's the first line? Tupac, my favorite rapper. What's the first line he said? That's why you fat mother. That's why I F'd your B, you fat mother. I was the king of adultery at a young age. You gotta understand, when Tupac made that song, he was a man, but he was a kid. He's only 25. He's a very young man. As you grow older, and what I try to teach my son, my kids, and younger brothers is that there's no honor in that. Society make you think like it's a bragging thing, and because they want to have women in master energy and to be able to have body counts, they want to keep men, over sexualized. And when you have men over sexualized, they're gonna feel that they can go, that they can go for whatever lust of that in their eyes they can go for, even if that woman is already acquired. It's disrespectful to that man, but it's more importantly disrespectful to yourself. Forget the man. Why are you disrespecting yourself by taking your meat and shoving it down and shoving your rod in where another man is currently placing his in his watering hole? Think about this, man. You wanna? I used to look at men. Look when I see a man try to talk to a woman or something like that. I'm like, dude, you want to talk to this woman that I'm putting pipe in, raw in, coming in, having my babies, all my DNA is in there every night, and you don't have no problem with that? You like, oh, it's cool, it don't matter, I'm just gonna go right in. What kind of mindset do you have? What type of piece of shit are you to think that? I don't even like dealing with women who recently had men having sex with them. I'm talking about like within it, now I'm just being 100. That are definitely not gonna do currently. Currently? Come on, man. We gotta do better, but we gotta do better, brother. So dirty macking that shows an effeminate quality, because women. I did a video. Go check it out. Women are the ultimate competitors. Competition is a effeminate feature. They try to condition you that it's from women, and we do compete as men. Don't get me wrong. There is times we have to compete, but we gain out. You ever heard? If you grew up in the hood, if you grew up in the in the black community like myself, we always used to hear you get the game from your mama. Well, the game is another word for competition. Look at Michael Jordan. Like I said in that Last Dance documentary, his mother was more prevalent than his father or his brothers, anybody, because that's where you get that competitive drive from. Now, as a man, you have to be able to control that and use logic to balance that out, that energy out. But some of you never got that. You didn't have the proper male guidance in your life, so you live in that. You think that it's a masculine thing to try to compete for women. You don't compete for women. You set your kingdom up. Who you are, and women come to that kingdom to want to join your program. Because if you got to compete for a woman, that's going to take energy from your kingdom. That's going to take you trying to impress her or try to do this or get validation, when you should be using that energy to build what you have and let her come and get down with your program. That's what you should be doing. It's an effeminate quality to be in that way. It's very non-masculine to try to sleep with another man, woman, or dirty mac, or try to talk down other men. And like I said, it doesn't make you look better. And most women, to be honest with you, a lot of women see through that. Even if they comply, they know you full of shit. They know you not the real deal. They know that they're not stupid. So that's my video for today, family. Peace and love. Balance. No, this peace, the real peace, not the division, the real peace. Peace, love, and balance.